Good morning, hello, I'm a bit early again, just going to sort out the laptop. I don't know if anybody's noticed I'm here yet, but I've jumped on early because the weather is kicking off outside and I don't know how long Tinternet is going to last. Yes, I'm there, looking absolutely like I've been just walking from the house to here. I look like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards. Look, I'll show you what it's like outside. Have a look. Hang on, let's move the camera over there. It's like it's kicking off and it's dark and it's vile. So that's outside and this is inside. Hang on, let's put you back so you can see. Anyway, I hope you've all got your coffee. Hope you're all warm and safe. I think it's supposed to kick off everywhere. I don't know if Abby's getting blown away like this as well. Hello, who's that saying good morning? Hang on. Maureen, Abby. Is it kicking off down there, Abby? Because it's horrendous up here. They're going on about that storm the other day and it's worse today. Hi, Janet. Hi, Hilary. Yeah, I'm nice and warm. I came out and put the heater on. I've been in here since 7 o'clock sewing. Hi, Moya. Hi, Sonia. Yeah, it's windy everywhere, is it? Let's hope after all the wind and the wet that we've had the past couple of days. What's it doing in Cornwall? It's blowing. Hi, Diane. Yeah, it's pretty rough today. We had a nice day yesterday. It was blinking cold, but excuse me, it was nice. Went out for a run. Decided to rain when I went out for a run, but other than that, it was nice all day. And then I went out to put the chickens away, and one chicken wouldn't go away. So I'm chasing, there's me like a crazy woman chasing a chicken round and round the garden. She did not want to be caught, she didn't want to go in. And Simon was up in the bathroom. What is all that noise? It was me cursing at the chicken. Morning, Tracy, is it blowy up there too? Hi, Margaret. Yeah, so hello. What's the time? We'll ramble on for a couple of minutes before we start. Let's go through what everyone's been making and showing. So, who is it? Claire put a stitchery up that she's made, which is this stitchery, but she's done it in blue. So it's the summer garden stitchery, and she's done it in blue and put it on the front of one of my sewing satchels that she's also done in blue, and it looks so different. It's beautiful. Eileen's made a version of my Octaflower template sewing folder and it looks absolutely fabulous. Hi, Sarah Jane. Hi, Pam. And then what else? Lish has been busy making these. So she's done some very pretty versions of the bucket bag / rose boxes. And I was in the other shed yesterday and I found in a box, I did kits for these when I was on Create and Craft. And I found a handful of these. So they were kits to make these. There's not absolutely everything in them. So what was in them was a French General candy bar and a Dutch Heritage candy bar, a ball of thread and the stitchery panels. So they're slightly different, the stitchery panels. So there was 2 stitchery panels, a ball of red thread, instructions and some stitchery blurbs. So there's a handful of those and they're on the sale page. In case a tree falls down on the internet or something, everything today is either on my sale page or there's some new pre-cuts and they're on the pre-cut page. So hi Joe. It's what was I going to say? Yeah, pre-cuts are on the pre-cut page. So they're either on the charm pack page or the candy bar page. Okay, slurp coffee time. Oh, Joe, are you sitting in a jacuzzi? Joe and I forgot Joe and Andy are away. They were looking for the swimming pool yesterday, last heard. So I don't know if they're up and sitting in a jacuzzi or they're having a champagne breakfast somewhere. Hi, Jill. Hi, Helen. Is it blowy? I bet it's blowy up there. And chucking it down. Helen will already have done like 4 miles around the block in the pouring rain at 4 o'clock this morning. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Val. I just started back sewing after getting over pneumonia. Oh, gosh. Everyone's had that horrible pneumonia bug. Making cushion covers and my stash of mode of French General. Oh, I hope you're better now. You know, Simon was ill for like 6 weeks and there's this like pneumo something virus going around. He was rough as, but I haven't had it. Blowing a hoolie up in Bryn Gwyn. Hi Sue Gilland. So what was I going to say? That's thrown me. I've got a list of things to say. Maths. Should we start with a maths question? If you had your coffee, you need your coffee. Usual maths question. Did you ever watch Keith Floyd? He used to have a glass of red. He'd have a slurp every 2 minutes. And I promise you, I haven't got red wine in my cup. I've got coffee, but it'll be red wine later. Maths question. So I cut a load of what I have called Blooming Marvellous charm packs, candy bars, and like mini charm packs. So I cut a load of these this week. How many pieces of fabric did I cut? And the answer is under 10,000, and that's the only clue I'm going to give you. As normal, if you're watching on YouTube, you can join in, and then I won't choose the winner until later. But the first one, as in I go by the first one to guess the nearest, will win the prize. And the prize, what is the prize for the maths question today? Yeah, that's the prize. So these two, all I've done is take photos of them. So the charm pack and the candy bar of the Blooming Marvellous fabrics is the maths question prize today. And the other prize, for those of you who've kindly ordered from me, which is just goes randomly in an envelope. I pack all the envelopes, and before I stick them down, I randomly grab one, and somebody will get a load of French General fabrics. Now, I've nearly run out of French General. There's hardly any left in the shed whatsoever. But these were just samples of the charm packs. I think there's a charm pack, a candy bar, and a mini charm pack. And all I've done with them is take a photo of them for the website. So somebody will get that shoved in their bag. So who haven't I seen? So if you've got any questions or anything, ask me in the comments. And if I don't see you, I'll look at them later on today while I'm sitting inside, sheltering from the pouring rain. Right, today's offering the Hearts quilt, which you've all seen behind me. If I bring it a bit closer. This is my new teacher's blackboard up here where everything is getting hung. So, Hearts quilt. There are some full kits of this. There are also packs of just the stitcheries on their own with the destructions, and there's also just the, like, it's called the Pretty Mini Charm or something. You will need 3 of them. So they'll be on the charm pack page. So they're these. I've got a basket full of these. So you will need 3 of those. I think there's 50 odd in a pack. Is it 52? Something like that. You will need 3 of those to make that. Now, what I have to say about this is, because I had the stitcheries printed at different times and I had a stash of them, they were all stashed away. I cut them all on Monday. They're all slightly different. They'll be printed slightly differently and on slightly different linen, but that's how I stitched them, and that's how they will look when you stitch them up. In the kit, if you manage to get the kit, there's not many kits. Hang on, where is it? In the kit, so that's how the kit will look. You will get all the stitcheries, and you will get the 3 mini charms, and you will get 2 balls of Valdani thread. I think I got 6.5 stitched out of 1, so it depends on how much embroidery you do, okay? But you've got 2 balls of Valdani thread, so the amount of kits was restricted by the amount of Valdani I had. And I emailed Valdani on Friday to order some more so I could make more kits, and she said they haven't got that colour in stock at the moment, which is a trouble with Valdani because they're always limited stock and they're beautiful, and I can't get hold of it any more at the moment, okay? So that's the hearts. What else was I going to show you? What's the time? 22. You can buy some of the hearts on their own, and I thought this one you can get on its own. I started stitching that last night. Using my Pretty Pastels threads, which we'll come on to in a minute when we talk about the goodie bag. Just to show you don't have to do it in just red, because I thought this would look pretty hanging in the house, ready for spring if I get myself in gear. It looks pretty in different colours. Right, any comments that I'm missing? I really want to try Valdani thread. Well, you can just get yourself a ball on its own. There's a few on their own, and I've got a load. Hang on a week or so, because I've got a load to put on the website and I just haven't had time. So I've got some of the single balls. If you can't quite afford the whole collection, There's a few of the whole collections left on the sale page too. Coffee. Right, so Hearts quilt. I'll talk about the quilt behind me in a minute. What else? So Hearts quilts, Hearts panels, the little charm pack, mini charm packs on their own. You don't have to make Hearts quilts with them, obviously. What else? Right, the Blooming Marvellous. Yes, so the Blooming Marvellous. So these ones, I've started making stuff for the Blooming Marvellous. The first thing I've started making yesterday, I said I was going to start make a new sewing roll, and this is a start. So I've used a Blooming Marvellous mini charm pack, and that is the start of a sewing roll. So I'm making it up as I go along, as usual. So it's going to have pockets in and it's going to have zips in, so it'll sort of fold up something like that, and I'm going to put some stitchery in the borders and stuff. So that's how it started. So maybe by next time we'll see how it finishes. So that's that. What stitch have you used around, oh, I've missed that, hang on, I've lost your comment. What stitch have I used around something or other? What stitch have you used around the outside of the spring daffodil? It is, whatchamacallit, lazy daisy stitch, chain stitch. If I put it close, you'll be able to see. And the sheep, I always say I'm not going to do in French knots, but I always do. So the sheep always ends up being complete French knots. Should we talk about the stitchery goodie bag quickly? And then I can deviate again. Where is it? Stitchery goodie bag. So, stitchery goodie bag. In your stitchery goodie bag, so the threads that I'm using on that spring heart are the pretty pastels. In the stitchery goodie bag, we've got the Flower Power threads. So you've got a whole box of those. That's normally £20 on its own. And the colours in that are, if I hold them up individually, they're all variegated. So pretty variegated colours. There's a nice pretty pastel-y one. That's like a blue and a turquoisey one. And it's like a red, white and blue. And then that I always use for flower stems and grass and stuff and trees, that one. So that's in there. There's a whole bag of stuff. So there's a whole bag of rickrack. So there's a metre of each. So there's rickrack and there's tape measure tape, and there's a bit of lace, and there's a bit of red rickrack. So they're all in there in a nice little organza bag, just for change. There's a Blooming Marvellous mini charm pack, and there's 3 stitchery panels. So 2 of them I've got stitched up here, and I've stitched, these are obviously, they're stitched up using the pretty pastels that are in your goodie bag. So the sewing machine one that I showed you last week is stitched up, and I've just stitched that in 1 thread out of the pretty pastels, which is that one. What number is it? Number 3817, I think that is. So that's stitched in that. There's the other stitchery panel is that one, the Crinoline Lady, and the other stitchery panel, I'll have to grab it out, is the round one, which is a pretty one. I haven't got it made up in here because it's stuck on my study wall in the house. Let me see if I've missed any questions while I'm opening that. Thank you, Sarah Jane. Oopsie, now I've ripped the bag to repack this. So that's the other stitchery panel, the round birdie one, which looks pretty when it's stitched up in different colours rather than just in red. Okay, so that's your stitchery goodie bag. So we've got, today we've got the hearts and the stitchery goodie bag on special. Right, let me have a look at my list. Blooming Marvellous, rose bucket bag, yes, I've done that. New quilt is next on the list. So you might be able to see behind me, I showed you pictures. I've finished that one now. Can you see? So when you see a picture of a quilt on Tinternet and think, oh, I really want to make that, and I've been seeing pictures of this in various places, and I had to do it, and I made the runner, and then I thought I want to make a square one as well. So I had to do them both in one day, as you do. And I finished the square one yesterday, which is hanging up behind me. Let's put this back here. Oh, there, hearts. So that's the square one there. And all I've done is I've quilted round, just around the edges there. I didn't have time to do anything fancy quilting wise. And up over here, this is the runner one here. Hang on. So many pins in the way up here. If I can get it off. Everything's precariously hanging. Right, here's the runner one over here. So that's the runner. So sits on the middle of the dining room table. Or there's the square one. Square one could go if you've got a square table or on the table next to the dining room table. I don't know. They're not really my colours. I think my mother has laid claim to one of these when I finish with them. But I've got their Tilda fabrics and I've got extra, and hopefully in 2 weeks' time I'll have some packs of the Tilda fabric. I'm actually making one like this now for a challenge at our sewing club. I'll put a picture up when you made it. Hi Joe, are you only just joining in? Do you want the maths question? Maths question, if you're only just joining, is I cut a load of these blooming marvellous charm packs and candy bar thingies and mini charms this week. Called blooming marvellous because every single one has got flowers on it. There's no plains or anything in here. They're all flowery. Dutch heritage, Tilda, new text, a bit of everything in there. Anyway, how many pieces of fabric did I cut? And it's under 10,000, and that's the only queue. Thank you, Hilary. Too busy watching Laura. Oh gosh, I can't watch her. Or Rachel Reeves. Good grief. How could you possibly? That would put me off my breakfast forever. Both of them, dreadful women. Sorry, that's my opinion. Only my opinion. Ignore me. Let's have a slurp of coffee now. Sort of Laura Koensberg has just put me in a tears. Oh. Anyway, where were we? We were talking about, yes, table runners, and let's hang this up back out the way. And the new one. So they're coming next time. And what is still left? Some people have pointy electric boards. I have like pins and hooks from the ceiling. Okay, so underneath everything is a sampler quilt. If you've been following along with a sampler quilt, you're right, Chris. If you've been following along with a sampler quilt, the last 2 blocks are on Tube now on my YouTube channel. So this week I will film just the borders, recap how I did the borders, and recap how I made the bag. That's the bag from the sampler quilt, just in case you haven't seen it before. It was originally a quilt and it's now a sampler bag. So that will be finishing on Tube this week. If you can, click on and like it and subscribe. When they say subscribe, I never used to realise. I'll just say this because I didn't realise to begin with. It doesn't cost you anything. It just means that it's a channel that you want to occasionally watch, and it'll give you notifications. You don't ever have to watch me ever again rambling on YouTube, but it does help if you click on it and like and subscribe. They pay me like pennies, but considering how long it takes me to do everything, it'll take a good couple of days. You've got to prep everything, make the thing, prep it, film the demo, upload the demo. So it just pays me like pence for doing something. Anyway, that's that. And it's a free resource to everyone. You don't have to buy the pattern for the sampler quilt. You can just go on there, and the measurements are all there in the description and on the film, and you can go and watch and make things for free, basically. So that's that. What else do I need to talk to you about? Everyone's still guessing. I watched it. Oh, thank you, Jackie. It's very kind of you. I'll pay you later. Yeah, if you're just joining in, I was saying, oh, that's what I was going to show you. Who was it made this now? Barbara. Barbara had made this and was showing pictures on the Facebook page. This is what she was making. And yes, it is one of my patterns. That's what she was making. And I've got, what have I got? I've got the packs of the stitchery panels and things are available. The pattern on its own is available if you just want to trace the templates off. And I made that in Dutch Heritage and put a bit of lace around it. So that's that. What else? Retreat places are going quickly. There's been a flurry of bookings this week. And I think we're 2/3 full at the moment. So Andy will maybe fill you in from his jacuzzi on how it's going, but because he's the maestro for the retreat. But yeah, if you're thinking that you want to go, have a word with any of us, me or Abby or Andy. Places are going quickly. They're good for storage. Thank you. Somebody said something else and I've missed the comment now. 4 minutes to go. What does that mean? Oh, that was Helen earlier. Sorry. I was early because I was frightened that the weather was kicking off. I was frightened I was going to lose internet today. Right, anyone else's comments I'm missing? No. So let's just recap what's today. Let's put everything back up on our very technical board. So we talked about the sampler quilt. We've talked about this, which is hopefully coming week after next. I've got the fabric ready to cut into some packs. I think I'll just do a pattern and the Tilda fabrics in a pack, because you can choose what you want to put as the cream. And then I'll just have the pattern as well, because now that I've made it, I wished I put like a ditzy cream in there, and I have got some somewhere rather than just the plain. So that's coming up. There's the hearts quilt again behind me. So just to recap what's in with the hearts quilt is you get your Valdani thread, so your 2 balls of Valdani thread, which is M66 in case you've already got it. But you won't get all 8 stitcheries out of 1 ball. You'll get about 6.5 out of 1 ball. So you need 2. So you've got 2 in there, and you've got the 3 packs of the little mini flowery charm packs in there. You will need binding if you want to put binding on it. You will need some binding. I just used the Macawa red, a dark red Macawa. What did I put on the back of it? Probably Tilda. No, Dutch Heritage on the back of mine. Pretty fabric on the back there. That's that. There we go. Stay. What else? If you're only just calling in, I was saying that I've started making whatchamacallit, sewing roll. Technical word for sewing roll, whatchamacallit. That's my whatchamacallit. That's coming, and that's made with the new Blooming Marvellous mini charm. So tonight I can sit and do some stitching with that. In your, the goodie bag that's on offer today, the goodie bag's got a mini goodie bag of rickrack and lace and stuff in it. It's got 3 stitchery panels in it. So we've got a round stitchery panel, we've got a crinoline lady stitchery panel, and we've got a sewing machine panel. We've got a Blooming Marvellous mini charm pack, one of these, and we've got a pack of my Flower Power threads. Okay, so that's in there. So that's a stitch. Somebody asked me, could I do a stitchery goodie bag? So that was this week's offer. Whew. Right, any comments, any questions? I had them. Love the sewing roll, can't wait for the pattern. Yeah, well, it won't be that quick. I've got so many things on the to-do list. I've got about 3 different things on the go, and I've got, what else have I got on the go? Yeah, a stitchery, something like this, but to put like balls of thread in, made with blocks on the outside and Dresden on the top, and stitchery and stuff. That's half done. All sorts of stuff. Now I've forgotten what I was going to say then. Yeah, the pattern for the sewing roll, yeah, so that's coming. That'll be coming probably not next time, maybe the time after. We'll see how much time I have. Yeah, we had grandchildren for a sleepover Friday night, so which is why I'm looking like The Walking Dead, because they were 5 o'clock. We had musical beds until about 9 o'clock. I think they all wanted to sleep in one bed with Simon, so I said fine. I said, Simon snores, if you want to sleep with him, carry on. And then Tommy got bored, so Tommy came in with me. And then eventually they all went to sleep. And then at 5 o'clock in the morning, I could hear a little voice saying, Simon, is it daytime? And Simon said, no, it's not daytime for another hour. Watch the clock. When the clock says 6, then it's daytime. So then she wanted her iPad so that she could literally watch the clock for an hour. She's quite literal. So she sat in bed watching her iPad for half an hour. Then it got to 5:30 and she was bored and she said, Simon, is it time to get up yet? So at which point I got up and then Tommy got up. So we were having fried eggs on toast at like 6:30 Saturday morning. So that's my weekend. Anyone else had grandchildren for sleepovers this weekend? Just looking at my list. Blooming Marvellous, told you about that. Told you about the panels in the Hearts quilt. Retreat, I've told you about. I've told you about YouTube. I've told you about practically everything. So I've got 5 minutes left. So if I could recap on last time. What was I doing last time when I was on? Oh, we're doing goodie boxes. Goodie boxes will come again probably after Newton Abbot. Who's coming to Newton Abbot? The sewing machine stitches favourite. Thank you, Hilary. Right, yeah, who's coming to Newton Abbot? After Newton Abbot, I'll think about doing goodie boxes again, because I've got loads of, I don't know if you can see from there, if I twist you around, can you see all the stuff at the back there piled up that I'm preparing for Newton Abbot? You could probably also see all the rest of the rubbish in the shed as well, so you're coming back over here. So, yeah, I'll probably have random stuff left after Newton Abbot, so we might have goodie boxes then. What have I got left from last time? Yes, there's a few. I think there's a few of these left. So somebody was asking me in the week if they don't want to put that stitchery on the front of the bag, can they put another one on? Well, yes, you can, but you will have to make sure it measures the same. It's big enough to fit in that gap. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So it would have to be 12.5 by 8.5. And I'm just going to see if the sewing machine panel will fit in there. Yeah, just. So you could actually, if you've got the sewing machine panel, you could actually put the sewing machine panel in instead. So there's some of those kits left anyway. So I'm planning on coming to see you all. Good. Yeah, you can't see the mess, Sue. It might not look so messy. I think there's a couple of these bags left. So this is the easy shopping bag. And the ones with panels, I think there's some of those left as well. But obviously, just have a browse on the website. I'm always putting stuff on the sale page. There's other stuff there that I haven't mentioned today because I'm saving that for next time, if they don't all sell before then, because I want to make something, because I'll give you a sneak peek. Oh, I've got a couple of minutes. I can give you a sneak peek of something I've had stashed for ages, and because I've had it stashed, I forgot I had it. Hang on, bear with. Where is it? Come here. I've got a load of these stashed, and I completely forgot about them. Moda layer cakes, because I'm going to try and make something with them, and then you can have them on special offer. So they're beautiful, lovely. Betsy Small Yappy Dog, Betsy Chuchian, who we always call Betsy Chihuahua, which then comes down to Betsy Small Yappy Dog. Me and Sarah know what we're talking about. And beautiful fabrics, as usual, that she makes. So that's coming at some stage. But I keep forgetting I've got it, because I get deviated onto other things. And I forget that I've got it, but I just thought I might make that simple quilt that I did for Jess, for the baby, with this, and do some nice heart applique on it, using my heart stencils. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I don't know if I can get that out. Quilt I made for I said to Jess, I made a quilt for the baby to throw up on for you, that one. So something like that with that Betsy Chihuahua layer cake, with in the middle put some hearts or something. Anyway, that's the general idea in my spare time. So thank you for watching, as usual. What's the time? 2 minutes. I was having a nightmare last night. Do you know when you have those recurring nightmares? And I was back at Crate and Craft, and I was doing the craft store that they're doing. You can go and film yourself there. And I had a nightmare that I was there, and I kept kicking the camera over, and the camera was just like my like smaller than my phone on a stand, and I kept kicking it over. I had to keep phoning Craft Yourself Silly Hayley, saying, Hayley, I've kicked the camera over. And I was dreaming this dream over. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to see if Abby's there. Hang on, I've got Abby queued up here. So if I refresh her and see if she's queued up ready, and hopefully she's not blown away. Someone's just messaged me and I've missed the message. Yeah, Abby's there. So I'm going to pass you over to Abby. Where's Abby? Oh, Abby's at a retreat. Hello, Abby. So I'm going to pass you over. I'm going to pass you over. Hopefully she's not blown away. Abby's in Mevagissey. So I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you for watching. Thank you for buying. I'll announce maths winners and all the rest of it tomorrow. Okay. So I'm going to pass you over now. Tatty bye. See you soon.